Hey guys, I want to do a quick video on the sperm meets the egg plan. I wanted to share with you all what I did to conceive. I, of course, was already checking my cycles and had information that I was using. But in one of the trying to conceive groups that I'm in on Facebook, they recommended, somebody recommended the SMEP plan. And so I looked into it, I tried it, and the first month I tried it, I conceived. So right now I am 5 months pregnant. If you saw my last video, you would have saw a pregnancy announcement, and I will be doing a gender reveal video probably in the next week. So yeah, but let's get into this video about the sperm meets the egg plan. So in this plan, it basically tries to ensure that there's always sperm in the fallopian tubes waiting and ready to meet the egg as soon as it is released. With the sperm waiting, then obviously your chances of getting pregnant are higher, okay? So today we're going to talk about how often and when to baby dance to help ensure that. And then also we're going to be talking about OPKs. OPKs stand for Ovulation Prediction Kits. So we're going to talk about when is the best time to test for ovulation, how often to test, best time of day, and what a positive test looks like. All right. So I have some notes, and so I may be looking down just because I want to make sure I get all the information to you. So the first thing we're going to talk about is ovulation prediction kits. I bought mine off of Amazon, and I'll show them to you. I actually brought a little duo kit. It had the ovulation prediction kit and pregnancy test, and there are actually 50 tests in both kits. This is the PregMate brand, okay? And I just got this off Amazon. It wasn't expensive. I think it was maybe $20, I think, but it wasn't pricey. So in this plan, the SMEP plan, you start counting your cycle from cycle day 1. Cycle day 1 is the first day of your period, okay? So you count the first day of your period and then every day after that, right? So you start taking the OPKs, the Ovulation Prediction Kit test, on cycle day 10. And you take the test every day until you get a positive, okay? These tests will test for the luteinizing hormone. And what happens is when ovulation is imminent, when you are about to ovulate, and ovulation is when the egg is released, your luteinizing hormone will rise, okay? It'll be high. And then after ovulation, it drops, okay? So I will include a picture here of the what a positive OPK looks like. So the positive OPK, it looks like 2 test lines, just like an old school pregnancy test that has 2 lines on it. And the best time of day to take a test is actually either in the early afternoon or like in the evening. You don't want to test with first morning urine or early in the morning because that's when you usually get the surge. That's when the LH hormone goes up. And then it takes a few hours for that hormone to actually get into like your urinary system and to be able to be detected by urine, okay? So these tests, they're just like pregnancy tests. You pee in a cup, dip the little strip in there, wait however long it says to wait on whatever test you're using. Different tests have different time limits, okay? And then it'll show you the lines, okay? When you have a positive OPK, that means that you're supposed to be ovulating the next day or within the next 24 hours, okay? So that's important because a lot of people think that you ovulate on cycle day 14. A lot of apps that you download say, okay, cycle is 28 days, you start your period, and then you ovulate on day 14, and then day 28, you have another period or your cycle starts all over, okay? And that's really just not true for a lot of people. I had a lot of problems with my cycles with having anovulatory cycles. That means I did not ovulate at all. I also had issues where I would ovulate really late in the cycle. And so I never ovulated on day 14. Sometimes it would be day 18, day 20. When I conceived, I actually ovulated on day 23, okay? So if you are already tracking your cycles and you know, I tend to ovulate later, you don't have to start taking the OPKs every day at cycle day 10. You could probably wait a couple days and then start taking it. That's what I did because I knew that I tend to ovulate later in my cycle. So I think I started around day 14 because I know that I ovulate really usually around day 21. So that's when I started. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about baby dancing. Okay. So I already told you cycle day 1, that's the first day of your period, right? Now on cycle day 8, you start baby dancing, and you're going to baby dance every other day until you get a positive OPK. Okay. So you start taking your OPKs at day 10. Okay. You start baby dancing at day 8. So you're going to baby dance day 8, day 10, day 12, day 14, until you get a positive OPK. When you get that positive OPK, you're going to baby dance that day. Even if it's not the normal day, like the even number day, you're going to baby dance that day, the next day, and the day after. So 3 days in a row. Skip a day and then baby dance again, okay? And so what that tries to do is cover all the days. Like you've been baby dancing every other day, so some of those sperm are still going to be alive because they live for like 3 to 5 days in the body, right? In the woman's body. Then by baby dancing the day before ovulation, the day of ovulation, the day after ovulation, helps ensure that there's more sperm in the tract, in the fallopian tubes to meet the egg when it is released, okay? So you take a break after 3 days, take 1 day off, and then baby dance the next day after that. And then you just wait, okay? You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to keep baby dancing on a schedule. You just wait. And you can start taking pregnancy tests. You know, I feel like sometimes it can lead to some anxiety and disappointment if you start testing too early. So I actually waited until like a couple days before I was supposed to start my cycle. I know some people start testing for pregnancy like 3 or 4 days after ovulation, but I did not do that. So I've waited till it's closer to start my period, and then I started taking tests, okay? I did not get a positive test until the day of my missed cycle. It was either the day of my missed cycle or the next day, okay? So do not get discouraged if you're like, I'm supposed to start and I don't have a positive test. I did not get my positive until like that day or the next day. And then I also forgot to test in the morning. You know, usually when you're taking pregnancy tests, you want to test in the first morning urine because that's going to have the highest concentration of HCG, which is the hormone testing for pregnancy. Well, I did not take my test until 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I was like, oh, I forgot, I missed it. And so I thought, I'm just going to take the test the next day. But then by the afternoon, I was like, I have no signs of like my cycle showing up. Like I really want to know. And so I took a test and it was super faint. I will include pictures of the test of the first day. I took a test like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I took another test at 7:30, another test, at 10 o'clock at night. And each time I took a test, the lines got darker. The confirmation line got darker. And then the next day, I had a digital test, a lines test, and a cheapy dollar test from Walmart, okay? I took all three of them that next morning and they were all positive. So yeah. Um, that's the basic info about the SMEP plan. I also use the fertility awareness method. That's what I've been using for years to understand my cycles. If you want information about that, I would love to share it with you. Leave a comment in the leave a comment below and I'll be happy to do a video on it. It's a bit more involved. I also read the book Taking Charge of Your Fertility, or I read a lot of it to help me understand more about my body and my cycles and how to take charge of my fertility. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. You can subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more pregnancy updates and baby videos and life stuff. And leave a comment below if you have any questions. All right. I hope you have a great day. Bye.